Today, I'll be teaching you how to set up and design a Shopify store so that you can start your dropshipping and e-commerce business and start making some sales. Everything I use from the theme to the apps will be free for the purpose of this video, so y'all don't have to spend any extra money than you need to when starting. I've been into e-commerce for the past 3 to 4 years, and obviously the product you sell is more important than anything else, but there are other factors that make the customer buy from you, and I'll go over all of those in this video. Trust me, you're not gonna get any sales with a store like this. So I'm definitely not some dropshipping or e-commerce guru trying to sell you something. I'm still learning myself. I'm just being real and sharing what's worked for me and what I've learned over the past few years. By the end of this video, you'll know how to design your very own Shopify e-commerce store that'll hopefully start getting you sales. So here's the store we'll have built by the end of the video. It's simple, it's clean, it has nice branding. I made the logo just a simple text logo because it went good with this store, and you can see the high quality images. This is a hybrid store. It's not really a niche store, and it's also not a single product store. All of this is key in building trust with your customers so that they actually convert and buy your product. So make sure you follow along. And to make everything easier to explain, I made this sample store to kind of guide you all through. The name is Mobile Activewear. It's fine for the purpose of this video. But when coming up with a name, just write down a bunch of names around your product and work from there to come up with a name that fits your product. And also check to see if the domain is available. You can do that on godaddy.com. You'll need that for your store. I didn't buy one because it's a sample store, but you don't want to have the website.myshopify.com because that doesn't look legit, and you'll probably lose trust with your customer. If you do need a logo, like you can use Canva logo, right? Canva logo maker is free and you can easily make it on there. All you do is go on Canva, you create a logo. They have a bunch of these designs. You can just choose one of them, type your name there, whatever it might be. And just kind of work from there and see what you like best and what works best. Sometimes the text alone might look good, like it does for me. It might just look nice and clean, and I'm gonna leave it at that, right? Native also has a simple text logo, and they do like around 10 million plus in revenue per month. It's fine if you don't have like Photoshop design logo. For Native, it's very simple, and that shows that you can make it as simple or as complex as you want. Here are the 4 free apps that I'll be using for the store. There are a bunch of alternatives to these, but these are free and they work, so I use them for this store. You might not even need them depending on what you're doing. First is judge.me. It's the product reviews app. This will allow you to add reviews to your products. Next is AliExpress Review Importer. This connects to judge.me and you can import reviews from AliExpress if needed with this. Next is Oberlo, and you'll only need this if you're gonna be dropshipping or selling AliExpress products. Next is the Sticky Cart app. I'll show you what all of these do later, but they basically help increase conversions and they make it easier for the customer to add product to cart. So now I'm gonna go over some key things you should already have done with your store, and it'll just make it easier to design the store and kind of follow along with what I'm doing. First is adding the domain. Once you have your store created, this is where you'll be able to manage everything on this admin page, and you can add the domain by coming right here. Having a domain will just make your store look much more professional to your customers, so I highly recommend doing this. I'm not going to do this, of course, because it's a sample store. Next, make sure you have an About Us page, which is just a page telling the story of the brand. You can just keep it very simple for now. Like mine is very basic, but it works when you're just starting. Also, create a Contact Us page so customers have a way to reach out. To do this, when you're creating a page, just go to the theme template and click contact here, and that'll create the contact form under the page. And also you want to go to your settings and legal and get all your policies set up. So this is your refund policy, your privacy policy, terms of service, and your shipping policy. So make sure to do this. I'll have a Google Docs sheet with all the text I use, so you can maybe just copy and paste that and just kind of change the company name. Now you can go to navigation and add these pages under your main menu and the footer like I have here. You can copy exactly what I have here or do something different that fits your store more. You'll see why it matters all in a minute. Lastly, make sure you create your products. You can do this by manually adding some, or if you're dropshipping from AliExpress, you can use the Oberlo app to import the products. It's super simple to do and they walk you through the whole process. Just make sure you know which products you want to import from AliExpress. To add social proof, you can import reviews from the AliExpress review importer. Again, they walk you through the whole process, and as you can see, I've already imported some reviews here. All you need is a product link from AliExpress and your product. You hit import and it's easy as that. All right, once you have all that done, the designing part should take 10 to 15 minutes. It really doesn't take that long. It's super easy and super simple. First, you want to download the free debut app by going to the Shopify website here. And like I said, everything I use in this video will be free and it'll look amazing. You can definitely do everything I talk about with other themes as well, but this free theme is perfectly fine to begin with and to test products with. No need to spend hundreds of dollars on a theme, right? So all you have to do is you click try theme and then you enter the link of your store and it'll install it. After you have it installed, the theme should come up here or under your themes here, and you can click customize to start editing. Let's start with the homepage design first. Normally you want to send traffic directly to the product page, but people do like to check out the website in general to see if it's legit. You don't want them to lose trust and leave because of the homepage. So that's why having a good homepage is very important. First, we have our navigation menu here, right? People will navigate the website through this, so make sure you have the important pages on here. Like I said earlier, that's why we needed to do that whole navigation section. Next, we have a nice banner image with a simple header. Write something creative here, like I could have just said the highest quality training shorts or something very generic like that, but this header I have here just sounds a little bit better. If you need ideas on the text, go to your biggest competitors' websites and see what they're doing and take inspiration from that. Like these big e-commerce brands have spent so much money testing what works, so just go to their website and see what they're doing and how you can implement what works into your stores. We have a call to action button here of shop now, of course, very standard. Also, most of the images I use are free from Shopify themselves. Many people don't know about this, but they have a bunch of free images anyone can use. So what you do is you click onto your section and then wherever an image is needed, you click it and then you go to free images and you can search for images that suit your store. They're very high quality images and look great. Of course, you can also use websites like Pexels and Unsplash. I got this one from Pexels actually, but most of the images here on this website are straight from Shopify themselves. Look into these and see if they suit your store and go from there. So next will be a collection or multiple collections like I have here because they look nicer, so I put 3 in there. In this case, you have the latest collection first so the customer can see the newest items first. You can also have your best sellers here, and some of the bigger brands do that. I only added a few products here, but you can add more products if needed and it'll look nice and clean. The next thing is something that adds on to the brand, so that might be a mission statement or just a section talking more about the brand. I use an image with text overlay here linking to the about page. Just make sure you have something nice written down. So I have here tested training gear and just some more text under it. Again, go check out some successful brands and see how they word it and go from there. This looks nice, makes your website look legit, and it builds trust with the customer. So next, I added the best sellers so people can start seeing the products right away. It gets customers engaged, and if they like something, they can click and start shopping. Having an add to cart button right underneath is ideal, but this is apparel, so there's variations and stuff, and it wasn't possible with this product. So if you can, later on have an add to cart button directly under the best sellers like Native does here, this will definitely help your conversions and lower the barriers for the customer to buy the product, and ultimately it will increase your sales. Next, I added some reviews from customers to add some social proof. We have more reviews on the product pages, but this starts to build trust with customers, so they're more likely to start shopping. This is the testimonials block, by the way, if you want to do this. Under that, we have some images with people wearing the product. Again, this is just to add more flair to the website and make it look nicer. You might even have these linked to the about page. You can even add another collection before this, but this is a good general layout to go off of for your homepage. Let me show you the home pages of some of the biggest brands. Of course, these are big brands, so it's a little more complex, but look at their layouts. These companies are doing millions every month, and these are not very complex. ASRV.com is especially super simple. Like, they make it very easy for the customer to shop. So definitely use these big e-commerce stores for inspiration. And here's how the website looks on mobile. Shopify optimizes for mobile automatically, so I really like that about them. And yeah, it looks nice and clean. Up next, we have the product page. And remember, if you're enjoying the video, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this. So here's what you need for a good product page. High quality images, a good name for the product, a reasonable pricing, a grammatically correct description with the features of the product. To elaborate, if you've ever gone to a website with bad grammar, like, think about how that made you feel. Probably not too good about buying from them, right? I personally lose trust and don't buy from websites like that, so make sure you have good grammar. And the last thing is reviews. So let's go over all that right now through the sample page I made. First, you can see we have a high quality image of the product. There would ideally be more images, but this is fine for the sample store. So these are the training shorts. So obviously I'm going to have that in the title. And I took some inspiration from ASRV and gave it some flair there and added mobile tech. I explained that in the description. That's just kind of the unique fabric of the product. And then I added a 7-inch inseam V1 original short. So I think this looks better than just having, original shorts or something. And this sounds nice. Next is the pricing. $30 is pretty reasonable for shorts online nowadays. Next, we have the description. It's grammatically correct. Comment if you find a typo. We have the features of the product here with bullet points, and that makes it easy to read. And right under it, we have the sizing chart. Overall, just keep the description short and simple. Most customers will not read through multiple paragraphs, and if you want something to stick out, you can make it bold. Next thing is the reviews. You can use the app I talked about earlier for this. They will automatically add reviews on the product pages. Having reviews with images will make the customer more likely to buy because they can actually see the product in action and people using it. So make sure to have some reviews with images in there as well. Next, we have some cross-sell action going on here. That's basically when similar products are recommended to the buyer to increase the order value. And this is automatic with the debut theme. Just make sure you have multiple products created for this to work automatically. This is a very simple structure that some of the most successful e-commerce stores use, so I suggest sticking with it. You can definitely add some other things in there with other themes, but this is great to start with. It looks nice. And now let's check the mobile version. As you can see, the mobile version looks super nice, short description and everything else that we've talked about. And as you can see, the sticky add to cart button here just makes it easier for customers to add the product to cart when they're scrolling through the page. So make sure you have that. There are a bunch of apps that can do that out there, but the one I recommended works just fine when you're starting. And wait, now before I finish and you click off, I'm gonna talk about 3 important strategies and the apps you can use that will help you increase your average order value and make more money off of every single customer. Everything I showed is great for when you're starting. It's super easy and quick to set up, but later on, once you're getting a lot of sales and your concept is proven and you know your product works, you want to optimize your website further and increase your average order value. Basically, you want to increase the amount of stuff people buy from you per transaction, and this can easily be done through discounts and upsells. So this might be when you give them 20% off if they buy 2 instead of 1, right? You can do what I just said through the Quantity Breaks app. There are a bunch of other upsell apps you can look into as well. There are post checkout upsells which work really well, where the customer gets an offer to buy another product at a discount right after they complete their purchase. And in the heat of things, people are more likely to buy another product since they just bought the other item. Just make sure to not make it too spammy. And again, look at how the big brands are doing it and kind of go off of that. Like, they've spent a lot of money testing things out, so they know what works. Next is cross-selling. That's what's happening here with the You May Also Like section. And if you can add this to the cart page through the cart upsell app, that can definitely increase your sales. Think about where Amazon suggests other products, right? Everywhere. So on the product page, on the cart page, that's how they maximize revenue from every single customer. So definitely look into doing that to increase your sales. And lastly, if you can have some sort of subscription model where the customer automatically gets the product every month or 2, is great. That model is good for personal care or food type brands, or for products that are going to be needed every single month or so. Recharge or Bold Subscriptions app is great for that on Shopify. So definitely look into that if you have that type of model. And that's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe. It's completely free, and I'll see you next time.